Hey guys, Miss Gillian here. So for today's Read Aloud, we are going to read the story, How Full Is Your Bucket for Kids. It's written by Tom Rath and Maurie Reckmeyer. Illustrated by Maurie J. Manning. Felix was putting on one of the last blocks on his tower when his little sister came in. "I want to build with you," she said. Felix scowled. "Go away, you're too little." "I'm big. Stay back, you'll knock it over." "I can be very careful." "Go play with your baby toys, Anna." Thwack! "Grandpa!" Grandpa shook his head. "Felix, you just dipped from your sister's bucket." Like everyone else, Anna has an invisible bucket. When it's empty, she feels bad. But when it's full, she feels great. Didn't you ever notice your own bucket? Invisible bucket? Sometimes Felix couldn't quite tell when his grandfather was joking. But the next morning when Felix woke up, there was a small gray bucket floating above his head. When Felix came down to have breakfast, his mom was in a hurry. "I've got a meeting this morning. It's almost time to go. Anna, sit still." Felix slipped, and cocoa weeds scattered across the floor. "Felix!" yelled his mom. "You should have used the stool to reach that." Felix could feel his bucket tip and the big invisible drips spill out. Drip, drip. "Ha ha!" Anna laughed as she crunched the cereal with her shoe. Drip. "Get the broom and clean that up before you miss the bus," scolded Mom. With the school bus honking, Felix quickly swept up the cocoa wheats and grabbed the last blueberry muffin, but before he could even take one bite, Buster jumped up and grabbed the muffin from his hand. Drip. "Hey, look at Felix's new backpack. My baby brother has one just like that." Drip. "Psst, Felix, psst." Drip. "Watch out, shrimp." Drip. What do you notice in all of these pictures? What is happening? And every time something happens, he loses a drop of water. But what do you think that means? How do you think he's feeling that he's losing the water? I think he might be feeling a little sad. And maybe things aren't going his way this morning. It was still morning, and Felix's bucket was almost empty. As he watched his classmates walk into the room, he secretly hoped they would trip and fall. That's what it feels like when you have an empty bucket. Do you think you're nice and kind when you have an empty bucket? I don't think so, because that's not really a kind thing to do, to hope someone trips and falls. Felix slumped into his seat and waited for something else bad to happen. Mrs. Bumblenickel walked slowly up to his desk and handed him a paper he could hardly bear to look. "Felix, you wrote a wonderful story. Would you share it with the class?" Felix grinned and felt a big drop land right in his bucket. Drop. The class grew quiet. They laughed at all the right places and oohed at all the scary parts. When Felix finally read the end, everyone clapped, even Emily, who sat next to him and didn't usually like dinosaurs. Felix felt a whole shower of drops land in his bucket. Maybe one day, maybe the day wouldn't be so bad after all. He said, the giant Tyrannosaurus who wanted a pet, by me, Felix. You see all the raindrops dropping. Now look at his facial expression. Look how happy he looks now, right? Drop. Team captains today are Veronica and Felix. Drop. Nice cow. It's a dog. Well, nice colors there, Felix. Drop. Cool laser ant backpack, Felix. Drop. By afternoon, Felix's bucket was nearly full. At recess, when he looked around, Felix suddenly realized that his grandpa was right. Everyone else had a bucket too. I want you to take a minute and look at this photo. Well, both these photos. What do you notice about the buckets of water and the people who have either high water in their bucket or low water in their bucket? Why do you think they have that in their bucket? Look at their facial expressions. Look at what they might be doing at that moment. Let me help you. Drop, drop. Here's your baseball. Catch. Thanks, dude. Drop, drop. Hi, I'm Felix. First day? Yes, I'm Amir. Drop. The strange thing was that for every drop he helped put in someone else's bucket, he felt another drop in his own bucket. And so look what he did. He did the kind thing and he went around and helped all those people who had low water in their bucket. But notice what happened. They instantly changed their mood. They're now smiling because someone was kind and friendly to them, right? When Felix burst in the door after school, he shouted, "You were right, Grandpa. I do have a bucket, and I understand how it works." Then he saw Anna's torn doll. "Bad dog," he almost scolded. But then he thought, dogs might have invisible buckets too. "Your doll will be okay, Anna," said Felix. "Mom will fix her. Until then, do you want me to help you build the tallest building in the world with my blocks?" And so they did. And now look at Felix's little sister's bucket. It's all filled too. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this story. How full is your bucket? And I want to ask you the question, how full is your bucket on top of your head? Have you been helping people? Have you been kind? Do you wake up every day with a smile on your face? Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this story, and I hope you guys continue to fill your buckets and fill other people's buckets. Bye, guys.